Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back for some more TechNodeFirmaCraft here on the TNFC server. It's another lovely, gorgeous morning here in the Great Northeast. It was above freezing yesterday, and the snow actually started to melt, which was, kind of weird. There it is. Temperature minus 1.5. So that was just a little fluke for this time of year, but it is now early spring. Yeah, early spring, March 10th. So we should be getting rid of the snow. I won't say soon, but within a month or so. Okay, so we were working on getting to chestnuts. I want chestnuts because they make plant oil and seed oil and things. And that's also going to get us walnuts, which also do that. So to do this, we need a sweet chestnut tree. To get the sweet chestnut tree, we need a common walnut tree and a hill cherry tree slash pollen. To get to that one, we got to go to silver lime. To get to silver lime, we need birch and apple oak. We made apple oak, now we need to make birch. And then we put these two together, have the bees do a little cross-pollination thing, and then 15% of the time we should get a silver lime and move us to the next level. Alright, so to get birch, remember again we have to do this mulch thing, right? So to get the vanilla sapling, we need a TFC birch sapling in the birch mixture, and the birch mixture is fresh water plus birch mulch, and birch mulch is this. So let's do that right now. Okay, so plums top and bottom, peaches left and right, birch on the top and aspen on the bottom. And we remember to do 2 and not 1 because it actually requires 2 buckets, and this only mulches. Anyway, only makes 1 bucket worth, so we need to do that twice. Okay, and in you go. Where is it? Here it is. We also need a bucket with only 2 buckets in it. A bucket with only 2 buckets. A barrel with only 2 buckets of water in it. So I did that and sealed him up so that he wouldn't get any more water in him if it snowed or rained. And there we go. So in 8 hours we should have some birch mixture. Now that we've got that started, I thought about recording some of this, but honestly it was just late and I was just messing around and trying to figure out where to find stuff. We didn't have any birch saplings. I think we talked about that last episode. So I looked up birch and it basically spawns in cold areas. So I went north, and I went north, and I went north, and I went north, and I went more north, and then I went more north, and then some more north, and then I got tired of going north, so I turned around and came south, and kind of came over this way just to see what was over here, found some granite, and finally found birch trees over in this area. And actually that extends all the way, this type of wood extends all the way down to here at least. And I think, yeah, I marked it. It actually extends down here as well. So that was all great. And then I came home and I said, great, let me get set up and I'll start recording. And then I realized we don't have any plum saplings. So fortunately Sim has 2 plum trees, and nobody's really been focusing on getting getting more plum saplings, but he had a couple and we were able to prune his trees and get just enough to do this, and we'll have to prune them again next year to get more saplings. So there we go. So yeah, that takes quite a bit of different things. And what else? Oh, I also got apatite because I was cued in that if you grind up apatite you get fertilizer, and while you can't get vanilla bone meal, and TFC bone meal doesn't work to grow plants, to grow vanilla plants, forestry fertilizer does work like vanilla bone meal, apparently. So I looked it up. We should get 8 per apatite out of the crusher. Yes. And I think you get 6 in the IE crusher and 4 in the corn and whatever. But anyway, I had marked apatite right here. Come on. Mark some right there. I don't know if that's 1 node or 2 nodes, but whatever. And I also marked some down here, so I've got a couple different places I can go for apatite. Thought I'd just crush this up real quick so we can actually bone meal the birch sapling once we get it crafted, hopefully. Alright, so we got some fertilizer, and this is no good on TFC trees, of course, or TFC plants, but for doing forestry, now that we're back to vanilla slash forestry trees and stuff, of course it does help out quite a bit. Alright, what was the next thing? Don't remember for sure, but I guess since I'm here I will mention, I did upgrade this to the next level, the advanced one, so we've now got 3 million RF storage, and this has been doing well. Been getting some more honey out of it, and just doing that. I guess we're kind of waiting for that sapling, aren't we? Yeah. Okay. And once we get that, we're going to want to grow a few so we can get more saplings. I think I showed you guys yeah, we put this on last time, right? We pull out the stuff over here and shove it right back in. Oh, we got common. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm a genius. We got common drones and common princesses and common queens and whatever now. So yeah, I'm awesome at bees. Oh, it looks like all the frames have died again because the little frames have terrible durability. These are a little bit better, but not super better. Yeah, and I'm totally joking about that. I have little to no idea about breeding bees, but honestly, at the moment, I don't care too much about breeding the bees. I just want some bees around so that they will crossbreed the trees. Oh, and if you're wondering about this, there's 2 mushrooms under there because the marshy, see, it doesn't tell you unless there's a problem. The marshy, there it goes. It just did it. It just popped it out, and I think it pops out and goes straight back in, which is weird. Can you actually see little bees? Oh yeah. Some of the particles are just like little sparkles. Yeah, that's a sparkle, but those little bitty ones, those actually look like bees. I never noticed that. Anyway, it goes out and pops back in. I don't know, but it works. So we got our marshy queen and a couple common drones in here too. So maybe I'll get into that more. Maybe I won't. Whatever. I don't think it's been 8 hours yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut out here, and we'll wait for that. Well, actually, it might be because I just see the sun just about going down. Let's check. Oh yeah, here's the problem with the. Actually, I could mention that. The problem with so I keep using the hang glider and the jetpack, and the problem is if you turn off the hang glider right now, you just fall straight down and crush your legs. So you kind of have to fly around in circles for a while. However, I was just mentioned there's these things called free runners, which use energy to keep you from crunching your legs. So I made a set of those up, and it's not too tough at this point. I mean, black steel and advanced control circuits, we can make those. It also gives you step assist, so you can just walk straight up instead of having to walk straight up single blocks instead of having to jump, which is quite nice. But of course, it doesn't have any armor on it. So for the moment, at least, I've been carrying my blue steel armor with 2,500 protection and 2,000 slashing protection or whatever around, so that if I'm in a place like down in a cave or something and there's a bunch of stuff to fight, I can switch it back out. But anyway, there's that. All right, are you done? Well, you are done, but you're the leather I was working on. By the way, I noticed there is no alternate way to make leather, which is interesting because we've got jetpacks and crazy machines and all that, but we're still making leather, on a pine log and scraping it by hand and all that. But whatever. Okay, not quite done yet. I will wait till this birch mixture is done, and I will get us a birch sapling. Oh yeah, we're going to need 2 more of those. And then I'll be back probably in the morning. It's nicer to record during the day. Be back in a bit. Alright folks, and we're back. We now have 2 buckets of birch mixture and 2 more forestry mulch. Now we put the birch sapling in, we seal it up, and I see you in another 24 hours. Alright, and magically 24 hours later we have a Minecraft sapling. By the way, while it was in there, it still had the mixture and it didn't say output. I was like, did I do the wrong thing? I unsealed it, and yep, that's a Minecraft birch sapling. So a little bit weird. I would have expected it to have used up the birch mixture there, but no big deal. So let's see where we want to do this. We definitely want to get a few more than one. We don't want to. Oh, well, I've got no room over there. Let's just do it over here next to where this oak was. We're going to knock that down for the minute because I don't want 2 of them possibly growing at the same time. Alright, so the next step of this would be plant this and then stand around waiting for multiple days for it to grow. Just checking, make sure we got enough room on all sides. But because of the magic fertilizer we just learned about, we should be able, I haven't tried this yet. Oh yeah, there it goes. Come on, give me a big one. Nice, big, tall tree. There you go. Beautiful. Alright, and now we're going to want to... with TFC trees, you get more saplings if you break the leaves by hand. I don't think that's true with vanilla Minecraft trees, but off the top of my head, I don't remember 100%, so Oh boy. Come on. Come on, give me a sapling. You jerk. Do not. Ah, there's one. Okay, so we're not completely hosed here. Give me another one. We need at least 2 to be going in net positive. Oh, come on. Did I get? Oh, I just got one there. All right, cool. So we are now in the positive direction. We have two saplings, and we should be able to continue on from there. So let me. Well, actually, we got 4. So I will, of course, plant more of these and get some more going soon. But we have what we need for the next step. Of course, I didn't eat before we started recording, so let me just chomp on the way over here. All right, now we're back to trializing, I believe, and don't have any. Actually, the Beealizer probably still has some honey in it. Let's check. Beealizer, yep, got 2 drops left. I've got a few more actually, so we're not like super poor on. We're not like super poor on honey right now. I almost grabbed these and stuck all 4 of them up there, which would have converted all 4 of them into forestry saplings. That would have been a bad call. All right, let us analyze these. Whoops, we need our honey drops. Actually, we just need 1 honey drop. And boom, there we go, silver birch. All right, so we now have TFC birch saplings, Minecraft birch saplings, and silver birch saplings. And we have to be a little careful of which one we put where at which time. So this is just the default one. There's no combination. Active and inactive are exactly the same. What we now want to do is to plant this near the apple oak and near the bees, such that the bees will cross-pollinate the 2 trees, and we will get a new species out of that eventually. So, yeah. So come on, like 1, 2. This should be, yeah. So there's the extra one, 1, 2 for leaves, and then we want it to plant here, there. And let's try hitting the right buttons. Come on, put a torch down there for light, and then let's try to bone meal that guy up and get it going. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There. Whew, I was gonna say, do those not bone meal? Yeah. All right. So that's good. And I'm gonna. Yeah, no, I can leave the torches under here. They shouldn't get rained upon since it's below the tree. But of course they. Well, I don't know. Are vanilla leaves actually forestry leaves? Do they block the rain or not? I don't know. All right. So we have apple oak leaves and silver birch leaves, and those should combine. And it's going to take a few days, but these little guys right here, and you're out of. So they're out of frames, which means they're going to produce much less than if I were to put more frames in. But I don't really care about the frames. All I care about is cross pollination, and I don't think the frames affect that at all. So I've been just pulling these out and sticking them over in our bee chest. I have not been trying to analyze them all and figure out next steps or anything like that. So I don't know. Maybe we'll go through and get enough honey to analyze all that. Maybe not. We'll see. Alright, so let me just kind of put this all on hold for a bit. I'm going to go get some more Minecraft saplings before I mess up and use them. Actually, should have another apple oak, right? I got 2 of them. Those are unknown, and these have been okay. So let's go ahead and try to plant 2 more of these. Actually, may as well give it the best chance we can give it, right? So let's go 1, 2, 3 there. 1, 2, 3. Go like that, and we'll put 1 of you right there. So we'll have those on 2 corners and those on 2 corners. And that should give us plenty of chances for them to cross-pollinate all the things. Alright, that's it for the moment. Hopefully we'll be coming back to some lovely cross-pollinated branches in a little bit. And we're back. However, as you may notice, it's been a little while. Things have changed a bit. I just haven't gotten around to actually doing any recording in the past couple of days, so sorry about that, but I just wanted to jump in here and get you guys all caught up. Looking back at the last footage, which is, again, for me, was a couple of days ago, looks like we got another 10 or 15 minutes to add to this episode. Alright, so I did move the bee house over here, and it's just still cranking out wintry drones. We have Noble and Majestic drones now. This is going down the Royal line, I believe. That can get to Royal Jellies or whatever. And over here we have Cultivated. Well, just Cultivated right now. I think there was something else in here, but we're back to Cultivated. Note that these are pristine stock now. I went ahead and started out with a couple of pristine meadows or forests or whatever bees a while ago, because apparently the ignoble stock will eventually die off and then you have to start over. So we have very many bees now. Don't know if there's any. I don't think I have any like super exciting one. Oh, I got some modest bees. Those are from the normally from the desert. So I've learned a lot about bees in the last couple of days. Normally, as it will say here, they have to be in the right biome. They have to have the right temperature. So it has to be the right temperature, the right humidity, and well, it's saying crossbreed now, but sometimes this says make sure your bees are in the right biome. However, to get it to work in TFC, because of the way TFC biomes work, they basically turn all that off. So now you find beehives randomly. For instance, these modest guys, you would normally, where were they again? It's marshy. So marshy you would normally only find in a swamp. Well, there's no swamps in TFC that I know of. The modest you would normally only find in a desert, and there's no deserts in TFC. So temperature hot, humidity arid, right? So and these need cactus, by the way. So yeah, that's where you'd normally find those guys. Oh, interesting on that thing on that, and I haven't messed with it yet, but I did notice these guys are night workers. Doesn't show you here. Oh yeah, they're diurnal, nocturnal. So the nocturnal one means that they can work at night as well as during the day, whereas these guys over here will all stop working overnight. Okay, so now next thing we need to do is get our lovely spectacles out and a grafter. This one only has one use left. I'll bring that. And there may be some changed leaves around here. But they're really hard to see normally. Do you see one? Oh, I do see one. I see two now, but they're pretty tough to see. So that's why they gave us these spectacles. I think there's another thing you can make, like a monocle or something too. But yeah, I got my little forestry spectacles on. And now it's much easier to see. Oh, there's a third one that I didn't see. So here's one that's a little brighter. Here's another, oh, two there actually that are changed. And one over here. And oh, we got a couple on the silver limes. Awesome. Alright, so like I said before, the birch and the oak crossbreed to give you silver lime. And I did get a couple of those and planted them, obviously. But now the apple and the silver lime can crossbreed, and I think we can get hill cherry out of that. Again, it's only like a 10% chance or something. So let's try it. Now we use this grafter to guarantee or almost guarantee the drop of a sapling. Whereas if you break it with your hand, you may not get a sapling. Okay, so it's just a piece of bronze and 2 sticks. However, they only have 5 uses. Sorry, 4 uses. 4 uses. And there it is, hill cherry sapling. Awesome. Cool, very first one. It's still in my hand, and it says 0 of 4, but what I'm told is if you use it now, it doesn't work. You're guaranteed not to get a sapling. So you just want to take that, throw that guy away, and move on to your next grafter. So cool, we've got one here, hill cherry sapling. What do we get here? Oh, there's another one. What do we get from this guy? There's a, okay, so we're just another silver lime. It's probably got an inactive oak or birch in it, but more silver lime. And I gotta say, having the jetpack here is kind of awesome because you can just jump up and down and find all these leaves, jump all over the place. Alright, so let's break a couple more of these. More silver limes, good. So, I mean, we've got that, but we probably need to move on to the next thing. Now, there is a changed leaf inside there, you can see, because I have the spectacles on, but I can't really get to it unless I break another leaf, and we don't need to do that right now. So let's break a couple of these real quickly. Let's see, I think I got one more use. Nope, that's it. Alright, so we got a couple more silver limes, and we got the next step, which is the hill cherry saplings. Throw that away. If anybody knows different on that, let me know, but as I understand it, that 0 of 4 basically means it won't work and you won't get a sapling if you use it again. So let us analyze these hill cherry saplings. Now, these are pure hill cherry saplings. They've not mutated with anything else, of course, because they just got mutated from something else. And again, this whole Sorry, I was going to say about the temperature and humidity again, but maybe that doesn't do it here. All right, so this can now support prunes and palms, and we can get cherries and prunes. That's your prunes and palms right there, I guess. Or fruits and family. I don't know, whatever. So we can get cherries out of this, but again, we want to crossbreed this again to get, I think, the walnut tree, and then the walnut tree plus something else will give us the chestnut tree that we're actually looking for. But I'm going to leave forestry and bees here for now. I may come back to it later, maybe closer to when I have the chestnut ready to go, just to show actually here. So if you look in the upper left corner, well, yeah, it's hard to see from there, isn't it? Really tough to see this one, I guess, but if we take the spectacles off, we can see it changes colors in the background there, and you lose that highlighting, so it's much harder to see that. You can still see it. You can see it looks a little weird, and the Wayla tooltip actually says it's pollinated. So it's silver birch leaves, pollinated. So anyway, we're going to leave bees and trees here for the bit. I'm going to continue working on that. It takes a while. I mean, like a while to get those pollinated leaves. It's like I said, it's been a few days since I've recorded, and the server's been on the entire time. So don't expect that to go quickly, especially at first. Oh, and I just realized one more thing I did want to say. I realized that I didn't have to do the treealizer first thing. It will mutate vanilla, oak, and birch. So this is Minecraft oak instead of forestry oak. And you can see a few leaves are missing because they did indeed mutate. However, it looks like we don't have any fresh ones that are mutated, so I can't show you, unfortunately. Okay, so yeah, I thought you had to treealize it and make it into a forestry one first, but I don't believe that's true. It looks like, yeah, because this one's missing right here, and like that one's missing, I think. Yeah, so these did mutate. Yeah, there's one missing there. These did mutate, and we did get the silver limes out of them, as well as some of those guys down in the middle. So anyway, did want to mention that because I thought you had to use that treealizer first, and it turns out that is not the case. Okay, so the other thing, obviously, I wanted to show you guys is kind of finish the bridge off. So we're up on top of a bunch of steel scaffolding, which, by the way, goes all the way down to the bottom. That's a lot of steel, but as we saw earlier, we now have 5x ore processing and an excavator. So a lot of steel is no longer really an issue. So we got some cables going down here for aesthetics, kind of holding the scaffolding up and counterbalancing the bridge or whatever it is. I think it looks pretty cool. And of course, our entire proof of concept thing is gone, and the tower is built. I really meant to record building the tower, but it just didn't work out, unfortunately. Real life and things and stuff. But let me give you a little tour, show you a little bit about what's going on here, and give you a little update. So the concept became pillars around the outside, and then like open floor in the middle. All right, so we got closed in down there, of course, so that it's more secure. But up here we're kind of open, and we right now can just jetpack up. I want to do pneumatic craft elevators, and these are going to be pneumatic craft doors. So when you when you walk up to them, they just open automatically and that kind of thing. So it's supposed to be sort of like an office tower building thing. I don't know. Hopefully you guys like it. Went with the quarried blocks from Railcraft, which normally you would find in the world and dig up, but since TFC doesn't generate them, there are recipes. And then went with hempcrete as a similar texture, but a nice contrast with it for the main floors. And then down here, just for further contrast, we went actual concrete instead of the hempcrete as that. So we already went through this in a lot of detail, but here is the mech power ore processing system separated out a bit more. So starting from the end again, enrichment chamber is your oh, and you can see I've got red X's again. I'm out scouting for a coal vein. I still need a bunch of coal, and I wouldn't mind getting some diamonds too. But at any rate, here's the output chest. This is where we get all of our dusts out of the system right now. I think what we're going to do is pipe that up into the ceiling and make a sorting system up there, or at least a bunch of barrels or something. We'll see. So this is enrichment. Again, if you just enrich, you'll get ore doubling. And if you purify first with oxygen and then crush it and then enrich it, then you get ore tripling. And here's our electrolytic separator giving us the oxygen for that and dumping the extra hydrogen. I wanted to get rid of one of the electrolytic separators because we actually have 3 of them, but 2 problems. One problem is we need the, I forget which it is, hydrogen or oxygen. Yeah, it's oxygen. We need oxygen in 2 separate places, and 1 separator is just not going to keep up. And again, these don't support speed or energy upgrades right now, just because there was some exploit that you could do in order to basically make more hydrogen and then power than it took to make the hydrogen. So anyway, that's nerfed at the moment. Okay, so that's oxygen plus purification chamber. And then the next one is chemical injection chamber plus the hydrogen chloride, which is coming from the brine being separated into chlorine and sodium, and then run through this guy, there it is, which gets the hydrogen and the chlorine, makes your hydrogen chloride, and goes into there. And we made pretty silly colored pipes and stuff, which actually you can use for sorting. So if you shift right click with your mechanism configurator, you can change the color of the pipes and change where different things go. So they could all like go down one common pipe, and then some would go down the purple, and some would go down the red, and some would go down the blue type of idea. However, if you change the color to make it nice and pretty and fun, you also have to go into the transporter config and change this output thing to the proper color. That took a while to figure out because we just had stuff sitting here and it would not go out the pipe. So there you go. Alright, so then onward we have the crystallizer, the washer, which of course takes some water, which is easy to pump in, and the dissolution chamber, which is the big guy, which takes the sulfuric acid and has like 6 machines behind him making that sulfuric acid. So backing it up, here's the infuser that makes the sulfuric acid from sulfur trioxide and water vapor. Here's the guy that makes the water vapor. Behind that, and not actually even connected here, but 1 block behind it, here's the guy that actually makes the sulfur trioxide. He gets outputs from here for the oxygen and outputs from here with the sulfur powder for the sulfur dioxide. There you go. Oh, and here's our input just for sulfur, so we can see the sulfur go up and around. So when this thing's running, you just have little bits and pieces running all over the place. It's not super fast, so there's not like a lot of stuff going through the pipes, but still kind of cool. By the way, this is light gray glass panes. You could use light gray glass as well, but of course the panes are cheaper on carpenter's blocks. So we can actually pop this out. Oops, and it went outside, of course. So we can actually pop this out and then change them, move them, put them back, whatever. And there's a light gray stained glass panes, but it's very hard to see in your inventory. If it's if you don't have them stacked, you basically can't see it at all. It's the same color as the background, and then you just texture them like so. So I thought that looked pretty good. There was regular gray and black. Both actually looked kind of nice, but we just set it on the light gray. Alright, and here is our solar evaporation plant. I know I said it was going to be over there in that area we found the 4x4 planes. We built it over there and it still had a 0.2x multiplier. So we said, heck with it, we'll just move it back here. We kind of like it back here better. Still got the 0.2x multiplier. Only thing I can figure, only thing we could figure is this 4x4 is indeed plains, but if you go out here, where's the dang biome? There it is. Plains, plains, rolling hills. So there are rolling hills blocks, and if you go up on top of this thing, the structure is 4x4, but the solar panels hang over the edge, so it's actually 6x6, because 4, 5, and then 6 over there. So it's actually 6x6, and it must be taking into account where the solar panels are, which kind of makes sense, because again, that multiplier is based on, I think I said it wrong last time, I think I said it was only based on the biome, but it's actually based on how many solar panels can see the sun and what biome it is in, which is why the multiplier will go to 0 at night, because none of the solar panels can see the sun during the night. But anyway, we got all the brine here, we've got all the water being generated back here. We need to clean this up still, and we're down to actually just 1 liquid hopper with 1 dispenser and 1 pipe set for extraction. This guy no longer has a upgrade in him, so he's not actually pulling any water in, and this guy is not hooked up, so he's not pulling any water in. So for what we've got right now, a single liquid hopper will work. So we can make this much smaller. I'm going to recover that fluid pump and put it back over with my other side. And then up here we have, let me just get out a little ways, turn around. we have the top aerial view. That's not the right button. There we go. So we got the Mekanism advanced cables going down the side, and we've got our 6 wind turbines up here instead of over there. And they were making 63 over there. We're up a little bit higher, so now they're making almost 69 power RF per tick. So we got a little bit of a boost because they used to be right there, and we're up a bit higher. Got our advanced universal cable going down the side, and oh yeah, I haven't done it yet. I just put one in when we were working on it. But I think what I want to do is put some floodlights like up around the corners here, and have floodlights like aimed down in all different directions here, so that we have this cool lighting from top of our tech tower. Alright, well, looks like I have rambled for plenty long, and that is enough for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry for the kind of break in the middle there and all the stuff that happened off camera without getting recorded on my way out. I'll just mention or show. I don't remember if I showed, but the diesel generator is up here now. It's going through that HV capacitor and through an energy cube. And right now it's coming down to the excavator here because we've got enough iron now, and we are commencing getting gold and copper and more garnierite, which we don't actually need right now. That's it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope to see you back in the next one. I'll catch you later.